See, this Julian Alvarez story, sometimes I don't mean person make kasabe when it comes to some of these transfer conversations, honestly speaking, especially to this extent. But of course, from a manager, I've been getting a lot of people jump into my DMs. I'm catching saying, no, Fifi, you need to give us your take on Julian Alvarez to Chelsea and what the whole thing is about. Inti, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to really break it down into details for you. Senebea, here, where first the whole link came from with Julian Alvarez to Chelsea, and possibly if it's going to happen, and my general thought on it, and tactically how he fits Chelsea, stuff like that. I'll break it down for you because it's a very, very important thing if you are looking at this whole Julian Alvarez to Chelsea thing. But there are two updates I'm personally go to. In fact, before that, I just remembered, guys, you need to subscribe to the channel. It's important to say video now. Over subscribe to the channel and you turn on notification. So subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. In the notification, you do choose all, and then share the link to everybody. Share the link to every group that you are in, so that they can also enjoy the analysis here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So thank you very much for sharing and enjoying, and turning on the notification email. Now, this morning, I'm in Okasi. Eden Terzic has placed a very, very big call to Chelsea. And it's about the update on Ian Maatsen. Now, the reason is simple. Bayern for actually any Chelsea didn't come out about Ian Maatsen. They know say the release clause for Ian Maatsen at Chelsea is 32 million, 35 million pounds, right? But that's money to mean to us an amount of money. They are struggling to raise the money. In fact, one of the reasons why they wanted to win the Champions League is to get some more revenue and then pay for players like Jadon Sancho and Ian Maatsen for them to stay permanently so they can continue with their project. Don't forget that Eden Terzic was a sporting director for FC Dortmund before and son of a coach. So he has quickly called Chelsea, Wayne Stanley, and then Stewart. And has told them, Oshomo, they should be a little bit patient with them. So they will start the negotiations with Ian Maatsen. But also, they want them to lower the price tag of Ian Maatsen Kakra, because where they stand now, they may not be able to buy the boy outright into Pancho, just if one into so. And that's where the whole story is beginning for football. And this morning it is coming in because Dortmund's evaluation is around 25 million. I'm gonna need 35 million at Chelsea for penny in terms of pounds. We don't have that amount of money. They have it around 25 million. Into Makache Chelsea want to say we are pleading with you. Be a little bit patient. And this morning, Bild, Kicker, all the German outlets are reporting. So they have gone straight, contacted Chelsea, seeking them someone to mom when it comes to Ian Maatsen, and then the fact that he can go in. Again, Adenti and Julian Alvarez story in the camp. Sorry. Why is it in? Why is it even coming? I'm not paying me sorry here. I've seen say Chelsea has been linked with 3 different strikers being aside Julian Alvarez and Benjamin Sesko. 3 different strikers and Chelsea are linked here. Now, this story is even relevant because in the first place, Chelsea has striker. And Chelsea in here striker. Like all of these things about Julian Alvarez will not even come into the conversation. Again, also, in the context of Manchester City now on Julian Alvarez ever ball, there are 3 reasons in and as that story is relevant before I go into the crash of the matter for you. Manchester City now on Julian Alvarez ever ball. He is a deputy to Erling Braut Haaland. Everybody knows this. Now, season now, Manchester City are really trouble. Alvarez was very integral for them. Alvarez came on, scored a lot of goals, was in fact a game changer for Manchester City. Now, since Erling Haaland really found form, and especially for last season, the game numbers has reduced kakra. In fact, the last time about 38 games, this time he has played about 32 games. So the numbers in terms of games our ball has reduced, right? And because yes, Chelsea need a striker, because 2 at Manchester City are on Obono, the game time may reduce, and also the third part, and they said he is a deputy to Erling Braut Haaland, who is a physical specimen. I want to say as young as him, and everybody thinks, oh, how long can you be a deputy to Erling Haaland? Now, Manchester City have not told anybody so Julian Alvarez. It is a journalist in Argentina, my friend Edu, who is very, very close to Argentina for national team. And CC Abeno can say Argentina for now have touch base in Miami. And how long preparation for the Copa America? In Miami, very, very close to a lot of the Argentine boys. And I'll catch up and say, okay, when he went close to go and speak to Julian Alvarez, Odu on as Julian Alvarez man hinted as in the game time no the man no omunya last season as in Shana so no he want to play more. So you're much more involved in games at Manchester City able and if any team you will. And that is where the whole story began from. Say he spoke to Edu was clear to him, say, oh, Charlie, me person me bought games take a crack into Manchester City for we don't need more time like many budget. And he came out, put the news out there, and then now the news began to come. Of course, he also dovetails into the fact say Chelsea needs a striker. Also dovetails in the fact say he is a deputy to Erling Braut Haaland, and of course, Erling Braut Haaland is a young player, and that means that he's not going to get as much goals. Of course, also because that Erling Braut Haaland is getting goals. That's the premise of the whole conversation, right? Now, once we are done with the premise, we have to look at other things as well. The main thing that we need to look at now in terms of after the conversation or the premise of the conversation is simple. First thing, and I said, we need to ask ourselves, does Julian Alvarez fit how Enzo Maresca wants to play? Yes. It's an outright yes. Now, I need to make a say. If you look at Julian Alvarez, Enzo Maresca has said several times, oh no, in terms of strikers, upper striker, he will drop into the middle of the park. Come and come, not necessarily very deep, but of course, a little bit deep, a little bit close to the middle. Come and combine with me attacking number 8 because when you can catch yourself for Julian for Maresca, or person attacking 8 away inside in the half spaces, so they will create chances. And also, okay, me attackers now. Me person will drop it a crab and Fiifi, so they can combine with me attacking number 8 now. Then of course, after they will use their pace to get in behind us, which is very important. Now, earlier on, a lot of people ruled off Abrante and Victor Osimhen because that is not a stock in trade, right? Now, because of this, if you ask me that, okay, fine, does he fit how Enzo Maresca wants to play? It's a straight up yes. It's a straight up yes. As in, okay, you're dropping by Fiifi, you're attacking number 8, let's combine play. Very, very good. Again, if you go back and you look at Julian Alvarez, his biggest attribute per one is mobility. Mobility in the sense that he's very mobile. He moves a lot in central areas. He's not static. He's able to get into the half space, get onto the wing, or prepare everyone the field of play, which is very, very important. And so player BC very, very mobile, and then he gives you a lot of these things in terms of the mobility within one. You understand that okay, now this is a top striker, this is a top player or anyone. Now, apart from the mobility, the conversion rate of Julian Alvarez is also very important in the English Premier League. He is very mobile. That's the mobility. He is very good in terms of the ball striking ability. Hence, helps him getting a lot of goals. In fact, a lot of people do believe says Julian Alvarez at age 24, right-footed player. If you bring him to Chelsea, he can score about 25 goals for you in the season when it comes to games now or Manchester City. Julian Alvarez last season and the statistics as it stands as a last season in the English Premier League, everything is clear in terms of a player. Last season, about 36 matches for Manchester City, or she had 31 of them, about 2,659 minutes. He was substituted in and out 5 out of 16 times, so most of the times was coming out from the bench. In the minutes per goal, 241 assists 9 times, had 1 penalty, 1 shot on target, 32 shot of target, 34 successful passes, 85%, chances created 65, corner kicks, and there's one thing that I want you to get. But the problem with Julian Alvarez possibly coming to Chelsea is that whilst he fits Enzo Maresca any name of person, I want to take your attention to something. It is clear Chelsea have been linked with Obi Benjamin Sesko, 55 million, almost 60 million, right? And Oshe Benjamin Sesko only Premier League experience. If he comes, maybe he will need some adaptability. But Sesko have proven himself, no, he has something else. And I'll come there. Again, Oshe Sika Chelsea for possibly some to small company, no bomb 130 million. Now, Manchester City, so pay 80 million for Julian Alvarez. Financially, Alvarez makes some sense, right? Now you come back to what Chelsea needs. What does Chelsea need? And in looking at what Chelsea needs now, you ask yourself, say, does Chelsea have somebody in the skill set or the profile of Abrante and Julian Alvarez? And I'll throw the question to you. Do you think so? First of all, Nkunku is also very mobile, very good ball striking ability, good numbers in front of goal. If he is fit, Nkunku gives you the goals. Again, there is a boy called Nicolas Jackson last season. A lot of the people underrated him last season. He had a lot of numbers in terms of goals last season. And in the English Premier League, he showed that he's a top player. Also very mobile. Everybody who watched last season Nicolas Jackson knows that he's very mobile. He's able to drift left, able to drift to the right, able to stay central, able to hold that play also, able to come and combine with attacking number 8 in the middle of the park. So it means that Jackson is also has proven to be also very, very mobile in the middle of the park. Now, you look at all of these things and you conclude, okay, but it looks as if this is a profiler. Chelsea for no what did I? So whilst Julian Alvarez is an excellent player, he may fit Enzo Maresca's system. In terms of the player profile, Chelsea has it already in Nkunku. Chelsea has it already in Nicolas Jackson in the attack. So there isn't necessarily a need to go for an attacker who already the skill set in the abundance of profile already in Chelsea team. If you say that, okay, fine, yeah, Julian Alvarez team about the attacking number 8 Enzo Maresca, fine, that makes sense. But this is a player that his skill set is known, is how do I say it? Chelsea already has it in the team. In Nicolas Jackson and then in Nkunku. Then you have to say, okay, then what is the point in buying Julian Alvarez, especially when you say, oh, what's that skill set maybe? But what will be to say Benjamin Sesko about team? You don't have it anywhere. Benjamin Sesko is a physical specimen. He is an aggressive player. He can go into aerial duels and win those duels for you. When I was mentioning the statistics of Julian Alvarez, was just one goal for his head. It means that aerially he has issues offensively. In fact, even in the middle of the park, he's not a physical specimen, or he's able to augment it with the mobility, But then again, up top, Chelsea needs a killer. Chelsea needs somebody who will be a box presence or aggressive in the middle of the park. Go in and then win duels, win battles, get these balls up and on, and then make sure he will turn things around, which is very, 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 very important for the way Chelsea person on. Because Chelsea now maybe Emma then definitely there are going to be problems in that regard. And Chelsea needs somebody in the frame of a Benjamin Sesko, not necessarily in the frame of a Julian Alvarez, who essentially on the level of Chelsea. Not like on the level, but he's not on the level of what Chelsea needs as it stands now in terms of a player. Any other question mark, and that's why Osha, for me, a lot of the people says, okay, fine, I would go for Benjamin Sesko because last season Benjamin Sesko about 42 games for my team last season, prop level. Jackson about 44, Sesko share 18 goals, Jackson share 17 goals. XG difference of Benjamin Sesko plus 597. It means that sometimes chance the crowd form, but then he converts it. Nicolas Jackson converts chances, but then the XG was show minus 4.66. Assists, 2 assists from Sesko, 6 from Nicolas Jackson. Shots per game, Sesko 1.5 and Nicolas Jackson 2.3. Aerial duels won, Sesko way high ahead of Nicolas Jackson in there, 56.7% compared to Nicolas Jackson, 35.7% in there in terms of the aerial duels ability. So that is the difference between Abrante friend Benjamin Sesko and Abrante friend Nicolas Jackson in the Chelsea team. So it is clear Enzo Fernandez and Adamfo, yes, they are both in the Argentine squad, they know themselves. When they play in at River Plate and all of those things, they are all good friends and stuff like that. But he's not really what Chelsea needs as it stands now. He's an excellent player. He's a good player. He has done it before. And if you want somebody that will give you goals, obviously a lot of people will be looking at him. But the kind of player Chelsea, the kind of profile Chelsea needs right now isn't a Julian Alvarez because they have it in Nkunku, they have it in Nicolas Jackson. Both of them can do the things that Abrante friend Julian Alvarez will team, and they definitely aren't going to go for stuff like that. Of course, Wesley Fofana is back into the team today. He confirmed on his Instagram saying he's fully fit and he will join Chelsea in pre-season when Chelsea started pre-season. I know Wesley Fofana is going to be part of the team because we'll go through all the fitness and he's now fit in there, doing his own personal training in there for on one hand to make sure that he's going to be fit for Chelsea Football Club. Of course, he put it on Instagram and say soon I am coming in there for Bantia, your friend, Wesley Fofana. Of course, Chelsea and Arsenal have presented a strong proposal for Benjamin Sesko. Importance to their squad, salary, length of their deal are very good according to their sources. Both are very keen to beat Manchester United's signature. In fact, Chelsea in a leading race now for Abantia for Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea lead the race for Benjamin Sesko. They are pushing very hard to get him. Arsenal level one, mind you. Arsenal in a very good place. They can add a Champions League conversation to Benjamin Sesko, but Chelsea are creating and framing something for them and letting them understand that we have something proper for you. We have a proper project going on for you. And Unya Beshimu Kwadia, we are sorted, everything is going to be okay. Yeah, share how everything is going to go with Benjamin Sesko, but I really don't think Brandt and Julian Alvarez is going to be the guy for Chelsea Football Club. I think as it stands now, it is more of a Benjamin Sesko. It is more of a player, a very good area to help the team in that regard, and they can build from there. In the course of the day, there are a lot of updates and development, of course, from all the teams that are as it stands now. Of course, we'll bring you a lot in terms of the Euros as well. Everything that's going to go on in there, we'll talk about it here at Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Don't forget to hi Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We'll have the discussions in here as the day goes on tonight. Thank you very much for choosing me. We'll get back to you. Bye bye.